أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وراودته التي هو في بيتها عن نفسه وغلقت الأبواب وقالت هيت لك قال معاذ الله إنه ربي أحسن مثواي إنه لا يفلح الظالمون ولقد همت به وهم بها لولا أن رأى برهان ربه كذلك لنصرف عنه السوء والفحشاء إنه من عبادنا المخلصين واستبق الباب وقدت قميصه من دبر وألف يا سيدها لدى الباب قالت ما جزاء من أراد بأهلك سوءا إلا أن يسجن أو عذاب أليم قال هي راودتني عن نفسي وشهد شاهد من أهلها إن كان قميصه قد من قبل فصدقت وهو من الكاذبين وإن كان قميصه قد من دبر فكذبت وهو من الصادقين فلما رأى قميصه قد من دبر قال إنه من كيدكن إن كيدكن عظيم يوسف أعرض عن هذا واستغفري لذنبك إنك كنت من الخاطئين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Yousuf. So last night we had read that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established Sayyidina Yusuf ala nabiyina alayhi salatu wassalam in the land of Egypt, and at one point he was sold for darahim ma'duda, counted money, counted darahim, less than 40. Some ulama have written 20. And when he reached Egypt and the people who took him there, the people of the caravan, when they took him to the market, his rate was so high that he was even weighed against gold and musk, which is very expensive, and still people could not buy him. The finance minister, or the Aziz, he actually bought him and paid even more than that weight of musk or gold, equal to Hazrat Yusuf's weight, and bought him. And then we had said that he took him and asked his wife to take good care of Sayyidina Yusuf, essentially. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also gave him nubuwwat. وراودته التي هو في بيتها عن نفسه. Then the woman in whose house Hazrat Yusuf was there, was staying, she seduced Hazrat Yusuf towards herself. وغلقت الأبواب. She bolted the doors. وقالت, and said, هيت لك, come here. قال معاذ الله. The first thing that came out of the mouth of Yusuf ala nabiyina salatu wassalam, he was the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, معاذ الله, I seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إنه ربي أحسن مثواي. Surely he, your husband, is my master. أحسن مثواي, he has given me a good lodging. إنه لا يفلح الظالمون. Indeed the wrongdoers do not find success, do not prosper. So Hazrat Yusuf ala nabiyina salatu wasalam has been mentioned. He was a very beautiful man. He was a very handsome person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given him a lot of beauty. And this woman, she tried to attract him, seduce him. And there's many things to understand here. He was the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but still, when he was invited towards sin, he sought refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He did not for a moment think that I am a Nabi, I am very strong spiritually, or I have a lot of control over myself, I am a very wise person. No. He said, Ma'ad Allah. So therefore, the real protection from sins is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and nowhere else. Those people who trust their own confidence, who trust their own willpower and self-control, they always fall in the trap of sins. Hakim Rahmatullahi alayhi, our Shaykh, used to say that, Ya Allah, for several hundred times we have relied on our own strength and failed miserably. We rely in your strength from you to protect us from sins. And also, even though Hazrat Yusuf ﷺ knew that the doors are bolted, locked, he still ran towards the doors. He ran towards the exits. From this we understand that no matter if whatever the situation is, struggle to run away from the environment of sin is something that Allah really looks for in a slave. How much is the slave struggling? How much is he trying or she trying to run away from the sin? And then Allah blesses with protection. So he said, Ma'adallah, innahu Rabbi ahsana mathwai. And in this Rabbi, according to most Mufassirin, refers to the person, Aziz, the finance minister in whose house Yusuf was living. He said that he has given me a good lodging, so he has taken good care of me. In that he was reminding the woman that your husband, I am accepting and I am understanding and I am acknowledging the good things that he has done to me, although I have not been here for very long. You should think about the good things that your husband has done to you for a very long time. Do not set those aside. Do not forget about those, and take sense and do not commit a sin. وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ. She certainly desired him. There's difference, and this is the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said it in different. So the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said it here is وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَن رَأَىٰ بُرْهَانَ رَبِّهِ. She desired him, and he, Yusuf ﷺ, might have desired her had he not seen the proof from his Lord. So ulama and Mufassirin have explained it in two different ways. One is that she desired Hazrat Yusuf, and Hazrat Yusuf would have desired her if it were not that Allah showed a very clear sign and proof to him. And ulama have explained it different meanings, but the reality is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the reality of this, that what was that at that point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed to Hazrat Yusuf to protect him from that falling in the trap of shaitan. Some ulama have said that he saw his father. Some ulama have said that he looked towards the roof and there was this ayah of the Quran written that shuns zina. Some have said that his nubuwwat itself, his prophethood itself, was the burhan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the proof from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that prevented him from having attraction towards her. Hazrat Mufti Muhammad Shafi Sahib rahmatullahi alayhi and Hazrat Hakim Akhtar rahmatullahi alayhi, Hazrat Hakim Ulumad Mawlana Shafi Sahib Thani rahmatullahi alayhi went with the meaning that every single person, if they are a human being, they have this physical attraction, but the sin is that if somebody starts to act upon it or starts to engage and cultivate the thought of sin. So harham, walaqad hamma, and that is the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned her attraction and her Yusuf's attraction in different ways, in different words separately. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say like that both of them were na'uzubillah attracted to each other, no, or both of them were looking forward to each other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has explained her, mentioned her hum separately and his hum separately. So the hum of Zulaykha, or the wife of Aziz Misr, was where she had done the planning and she had the full intent of doing it. And that irada, in addition to waswasa, the thought that comes to your mind without your actual intention and your engaging with that thought, is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to catch us. But if we act upon it or if we plan it, then that is, at that stage, we become answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the thought as well. So therefore, Zulaykha on her part had the actual plan, had the actual intention to carry out that act of sin. Had Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam, because he was also a human being, there in the level of waswasa, in the level of a roj thought, out of control thought that sometimes, there's many thoughts that come to our minds, might have come, but he was stopped by the burhan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the proof that was given to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and his hum was not a design or a plan to do anything. كَذَلِكَ لِنَصْرِفَ عَنْهُ السُّوءَ وَالْفَحْشَاءَ. And this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turned away su and fahsha from him. And this also proves that Hazrat Yusuf was not engaging with su and fahsha, evil and immodesty or lewdness, but evil and immodesty or lewdness had come to him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pushed it away. So here the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned su and fahsha separately, the thought and the act, all of those, both of those were pushed away from him. Innahu min ibadina al-mukhlasin, and this was, surely he was one of our chosen servants. He was among the Anbiya, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the chosen ones, the Anbiya, it is proven from the Quran, it is proven from the Hadith. It is generally agreed that Anbiya, all of them, all the prophets, they are free of sins, they are ma'soom. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, Innahu min ibadina al-mukhlasin, he was the chosen ones. This refers to his being a prophet. And the shaitan also had said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I will lead them astray, I will try to lead them astray essentially, illa, except those who are mukhlasin, who are your chosen ones. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابَ وَقَدَّتْ 11 minutes. We'll actually quickly finish the story. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابَ وَقَدَّتْ قَمِيصَهُ مِنْ دُبُرٍ وَأَلْفَ يَا سَيِّدَهَا لَدَى الْبَابِ. They raced towards the door, had Yusuf forward, she behind him. وَقَدَّتْ قَمِيصَهُ مِنْ دُبُرٍ, and she ripped his shirt from behind. وَأَلْفَ يَا سَيِّدَهَا لَدَى الْبَابِ, and they met. They found her master, Sayyidaha, basically the Aziz, there, لَدَى الْبَابِ, at the door, by the door. قالت, immediately she made up something. She said, مَا جَزَاءُ مَنْ أَرَادَ بِأَهْلِكَ سُوءًا. What is the punishment, what could be the punishment of him who intended evil with your wife? إِلَّا أَن يُسْجَنَ أَوْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ, except that he be imprisoned or given a painful punishment. So immediately she tried to flip the situation that Na'udhu Billah, had Yusuf ala nabiyina salatu wasalam was Na'udhu Billah trying to do something, and she said that what is the punishment of a person who puts their hand, extends their hand towards your wife, your person of the house. قال, had Yusuf ala nabiyina salatu wasalam said, hiya rawadatni an nafsi, it was she who tried to seduce me. وَشَهِدَ شَاهِدٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِهَا, and a witness from her family observed, إِنْ كَانَ قَمِيصُهُ قُدَّ مِنْ قُبُلٍ فَصَدَقَتْ. And ulama have written that it was a very little small child in the cot that actually, because of the mu'jiza of Had Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, actually spoke at that time and said that Had Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam is saying the truth, and he also gave a wise way of determining who is truthful and who is false. إِنْ كَانَ قَمِيصُهُ قُدَّ مِنْ قُبُلٍ فَصَدَقَتْ وَهُوَ مِنَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. If the shirt is ripped from the front side, then the woman is true and the man is a liar. Had Yusuf na'udhu billah wa huwa min al-kadhibin. Wa in kana qamisuhu qudda min duburin, and if the shirt was ripped from behind, fakadhabat wa huwa min as-sadiqin, then the woman is she is telling a lie and the man is truthful, he is among the truthful people. Falamma ra'a qamisahu, when the Aziz saw the qamis, the shirt, qudda min dubur, it was ripped from the behind. Qala, he said, innahu min kaydikun, he said, this is certainly your trickery, O woman. Inna kaydakunna azim, great is the trickery of women indeed. Yusuf a'rid an hada, he said to Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam that ignore this matter. Wastaghfiri li dhanbik, and he said to the woman that you should do istighfar, you should seek forgiveness for your sin. Innaki kunti min al-khati'in, for you were among the guilty, you were among the wrongdoers. Inshallah, we'll leave it here. Then this whole story continues, inshallah. May Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah. بإذن الله. After Ramadan we'll resume from right here inshallah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذي أهلك وخاصتك. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا واخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.